Heyo!
There we go.
How
What's
you
up?
doing, brother?
How we doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How about you?
Good. Let me start this thing off so we can reuse this great stuff later.
I love it, baby.
What's up, guys? John Sentez, CutterNation podcast, coming at you with one of the probably, we'll just go ahead and give you the title, the most episodes on the podcast. Cordell Green coming in with, I think this is your third or fourth time.
My fourth.
Fourth time? Yeah,
Yep, fourth time, baby.
And I'm very excited to have you on. We have a big journey. You and I have a good history of each other working and talking and exchanging ideas. And it's people like you in the industry that make me want to fight the comments all the time, as I like to say. I really enjoy a very uneducated comment, as I like to throw out there, as I see a lot of that, a lot of just, we can just sum it up with old kind of just puts the whole thing together. And the old school and the new school battle will always be a thing that the interwebs will enjoy, for everybody is right, as we like to say. So
yeah, right.
thank you to everybody for coming on with this. This will also go onto YouTube a little bit later and onto Spotify. So if you have any podcast stuff, you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. That's the first part. Number two, need some help from you guys, okay? We need some subscribers on YouTube as well. And we're trying to get to 10K. We're like 8,100 right now. I'm pretty excited about that. So that's going to help it grow. We're trying to grow. I know we have controversial also comments, right? Like controversial posts of, you're posting the same thing, ball or strike. What do you see, right? And those are all on purpose, guys. Those are for entertainment purposes, right? And finally, which I'm not sure if you've seen this yet, big guy, but I'm very excited about the JS1, which is my masterpiece that I put together.
Sure.
Let me go over. We've got 4 different web types. Actually, this one's not even my favorite one. Let's go over this guy right here. This guy's my favorite right here. Modified,
baby.
Closed back, all mesh, beautifully. Like if you can see, like I'm really big into the pocket and understand to go. But this glove is actually designed for a big-handed 2 in the pink, skip the index finger for a larger pocket. Now, that is a commonality in the international world. Pretty much all the international ball players do not wear a standard 1-1-1-1 in the hole. So in America, I'm trying to fight that fight, right? I want kids to get their fingers blown up with 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. Yeah, I could catch 100 as if I had my hand in the glove correctly. So definitely, these are available on our website. We've limited drop on our first order. We will be putting more in, but you can get these for $250 on our website. So 4 different webs. You can go check those out. Please do that. And anything else you got. So without further ado, Cordell Green, the natural ball player, the free.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Time, because the internet is the internet, right? And you have some people that know about you and some people that don't know about you. Yeah. So let's walk through the history, right? Let's take us into the deep end, if we may, as a fellow hippo, right? Walk us into let's start with the attributes, right? Let's height, weight, length.
Yeah. God, you're out here selling me right now. I would say that 6'7", I'm like 210, 215, depending on the day.
Skinny.
Yeah, skinny. Yeah, long and skinny. They're definitely the lanky wire. I'm currently rehabbing back. I'm just starting month 9 of my TJ distal surgery, which has been quite the exploration. I know that you had an elbow replacement, a similar journey. But it's definitely been a lot of ups and downs when it comes to being able to bounce back and learning how to listen to my arm, because it's a lot different than my shoulder was. My shoulder was pretty simple. Like I just went through the rehab, and like 6 months after I started throwing, I literally had no hiccups. Like it was like month 12, and I was right back to what I was doing. And back then in 2017, when I had shoulder surgery, it was 90, 91 was my tops. So now it's a little bit different coming back and having elbow surgery and trying to get back up to 99. And I'd say the hardest thing about it is getting those last 3-4 miles an hour. That's been the most difficult thing, but building up the hypertrophy has been huge, throwing every single day. So like, I know that you're a big proponent on that, Jay, is making sure that you can go out and throw every single day. And so I've been throwing 6 days a week. And once I return, I'll be throwing every single day, trying to get back to before I had any surgeries, because I was able to do that. You and I both had those rubber arms, obviously, until we ran into surgeries, which you've been able to be successful with it post-surgery. I so much have not have. So obviously on the exploration right now. You and I linked up, I think, in 17, I think is when we first went back and forth. And then and then I think it was 18 when we rolled up here, and then obviously we've kept the rapport all the way until now. So yeah, that's kind of the background on you and I and how we got linked up together. And I couldn't be more thankful. You know, you opened up my eye. I tell people all the time, you're the one who helped me find my love again. I was definitely in a rut, you know, when we first met, you know, around that 26, 27, and getting down there and throwing with you out in the field, you know, definitely brought it back together. So I appreciate that always.
I remember that. It was a shoulder surgery, and I remember being like, you haven't even tested it? Like, you haven't even thrown the ball as far as you can? Yeah. Like, I remember when they told me that so my elbow issue was, you know, right, I fractured my elbow throwing, right? Basically got talked into pronating super hard.
Yeah.
Which, weird, Freddie Peralta, another pronating guy, just went down for shoulder fatigue for his third time on the DL this year. I wonder if the Brewers have, like what the Yankees have. I'm not sure if the Yankees, you know, the Yankees have I believe it's 3 or 4. I believe it's 4. If you go on the DL 4 times in the year, they shut you down for the whole year.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's the thing you got to avoid. And so I'm pretty sure this is his 3rd time with, like, shoulder fatigue.
Yeah.
Right? Like, to me, it just tells you that, like, that kudos to the changeup that he can locate it. It's nasty, right? But, like, what is really a shoulder pronation and an elbow pronation and a hand pronation really do in the long term of a season like that? So, you know, it's just one of those things. So I came back, and I haven't changed. You've seen me. That's what I love about the internet. Like, I haven't changed my throwing motion since I figured it out. I still cut the same thing out. I would say that I have lost some velo recently. Not too much. I think I'm peaking still at 88. But it's just lack of time. You know, just running this business, teaching guys to throw, doing stuff. I've really kind of changed recently. For the past 4 weeks, I have not done a 100% day, but on the other side, I would say I've done a 50% day, like, but I'm doing it differently. So, being a sparring partner for high school and college athletes, where they can see spin rates, fastball, they can see I can throw all the pitches.
Yeah.
I threw 487 pitches in our advanced BP the other night. And we count, the only reason why we know that is we counted on the hit tracks, but it's like walking, right? Like, you can walk 100 miles, you can only run maybe 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't throw a ball over 60 miles an hour. And even the breaking balls that I threw were 43, 45.
Yeah.
But, like, just knowing how my arm reacts, and then how it's actually been getting stronger recently. I was just thinking about it because I haven't been necessarily top ending it so much, just, you know, taking her out for a walk and jogging. I've been fine. So, you know, it's like I said, once again, I love the comments on the internet of all the people that think that, you know, like, anybody that says Tommy John thinks that your arm has a shelf life, and, like, then you're just not paying attention to, you know, Joe Beimel or, you know, me, or people that are, like, older that are still throwing.
Definitely. So go back to the changeup comment. There's some guys that have come in that we've had the same issue with. You know, I won't name them, the athletes that we've had, and they're over pronating, just absolutely blowing up their elbow. And it's like, you know, hey, maybe you got the hand size to throw a splitter. You know, maybe we just alternate to that. You know, you can get the same effective. Obviously, we're not moving lateral as much, but we can, or as horizontal as much, but we definitely can get some vertical drop on it, and then you can kind of change the shape of your triangle. What I was going to ask you specifically, since you're heavy in the TrackMan, posting the balls and strikes, which I love, by the way, it's great. It gets people interactive. The comments, like you say, no, it's a ball, no, it's a strike.
For what's coming, and I've been talking for years, and now we have challenges going on, and I've been saying we need to treat it like tennis the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, in Serena, that girl had that in Serena's final match, the girl had a controversial call, and within 1 second she goes challenge, and then challenge. 4 seconds later, we get this awesome 3D. A millimeter of the ball hit the line.
Yeah.
We trust a millimeter because there's a radar sensor in the stadium, and we know that it's accurate. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So the TrackMan question I was going to have there was, with a lot of our younger athletes, we see that they have a low spin rate on their fastball and their curveball. Like, it's shocking to me. how many people on their curveball could not throw it over 21 or 2200, and then their fastballs were sitting at 1800, 1900, and I was just like, products like Clean Fuego, and trying to teach people how to stay behind the ball and how important that is, and how Little League really needs to get on board with products like that and instruction like that, because it was just mind blowing. We probably had 100+ athletes that have used it, in the 3-4 months that we've had it. And it is, I think 2 athletes have spun the curveball over 2,500. Two, that's you want a plus curveball there, and then we've only had maybe a handful of athletes who has spun the ball for a fastball over 2,200. And so it's like, do we teach these kids since they're 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th graders, hey, we want you to pitch low in the zone, or do we try and get behind it and then we start trying to get a little bit more spin so they can pitch up in the zone? It's just one of those interesting things that TrackMan has brought light to me. It's like, what direction, and the only thing I'll be able to figure it out is more time with it. And I was seeing if you have in the same,
Yeah, we see ours is positioned kind of nicely where I've actually been able to move it to like the 54-foot range and then the 50-foot range.
Yeah.
Able to get spin rates on our like 11 and 12-year-olds and see the progress, right? And then with TrackMan, being able to track that over time, we've had it for, I believe, 4 or 5 months now. And just being able to just like have everything in one spot is making a big difference in what we're trying to do. And so, what I would say is same thing. Now, maybe I figured some stuff out and I've got 11 and 12-year-olds spinning it at 2,000. I've got a couple of high school kids that their breaking balls are 28, 29, 3K.
Which I've seen, man. That's a great post, dude. Those things are hammers.
Right. So, I'm trying to play a little bit of a game of understanding like what the nastiness is. And so I would say that, the great, even the pitching low in the zone thing, I don't think that's good. I'm sorry. Not only like, let me take that back.
Categorizing.
Yes. Like just because you throw an 1800 spin doesn't mean you should only throw low in the zone. Just because you throw a 2200 spin doesn't mean you should throw up in the zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, you would get away with more with that 2200 because it would ride and move. And then you got guys like Taylor Ahern, who I don't know what his spin rate was before we had this stuff, but now that we've been doing it with him, like he's 2500 at like a tilt of like 245 with like 22 inches of horizontal on his four seam.
Yeah, 20 and above is elite. On top of, he's not using sticky either.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, we can't. I actually have a plan, by the way. It's on my list to do research today. I'm going to go buy all of the sticky products.
Yeah.
Do before and afters.
I swear, you got to get that. You got to. Hey, since you throwing Bauer, ask him what his substance is that he has.
It was.
Yeah, he put it all together. It was in his shopping cart when I went down there the last time.
It was Spider Tech. It was
which we have, bro. That stuff is so sticky. Yeah. So sticky. It's a pain in the ass.
There's a couple other like folklores. I think I meant to Google. I found an article years ago. I'll send it to you. I'm gonna see if I can find it on my computer right now.
Okay.
Somebody did a spin rate test, and I believe bubblegum and saliva and bubblegum and rosin was like the highest one.
I believe it was like a couple hundred edition, if I'm correct.
I believe it was 1,000.
1,000? That's insane. I thought the one that I had seen, it was like the highest one was like 238 in spin increase on average.
No.
1,000?
No, yeah, I think that's why I'm trying to. I'm going to do a litlittle experiment. You know what I mean?
Like hack attack. That's the one thing I want to figure out what it spins it at. By the way, is I have
3,800.
3,800 is what our TrackMan doesn't pick it up. I don't know. It doesn't.
I have the yellow jacket on the. Yeah, so that's also. So our iHack Attack is down right now, and one of the other content pieces we were going to do was show the differences of all the pitches, because like if the fastball spins it at 3,800, like we haven't even maxed out the curveball, slider, or cutter, and I want to see what the numbers are too, because there has to be some, to the human eye to be tested, right? Like the theory is you show more spin, sharper break, faster break, more movement, shape, the hitting eye becomes a better version of knowing exactly where the zone is,
Exactly. And you slow the game down. It makes it easier to recognize the spin, the depth. Do I need to swing or not swing? What is it that I'm swinging at?
Yeah. And that reminds me of when I remember you and I, when I fed the balls at your place, when you used your 4 hack attacks, I was blown away at the zone awareness and the ability for some of these, 16-year-old kids to take a ball 1 inch off the plate.
Exactly.
As what we call now TrackMan ball.
Yeah, TrackMan ball, baby. Hell yeah.
Ball.
Yeah. Well, that the TrackMan has been awesome. I was going to ask you how you like your hit tracks. We are buying one in October 1st, so it should be installed here after the first week. And
are you doing the overhead or the on the ground?
Most likely it'll have to be the overhead, because on the ground we have too much of foot traffic with different ages of athletes, and I just do not trust somebody to just blast it. And next thing you know, I'm calling up Andrew like, "Hey, guess what? I broke it."
Shout out Andrew with Hit Tracks. That's my guy.
Come on, baby. Come on.
So here's my recommendation to that idea. Okay.
Yeah.
If you thought about this, we move ours. So I have when I was at the fuel factory, they have these taped out spots that they have to do tape. Now we did paint here, and we have 50, 54, and 60, right?
Yeah.
And 60s for full live at bats. Normally on what our distance is for our machine, because it spends too much and we have to downgrade everything.
Yeah.
We go to 50 feet, and then 54 is like when we run advanced BP or some of our pro guys want to do it, and I'll throw from the front or maybe even the top. But having the ability to move it those 3 ranges is by far the best thing.
Okay, I'll definitely remember that.
On the vertical thing, I did some research. It's going to be a pain in the ass on the vertical thing because you have the net above it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, and on top of we would have to have ours hooked up to the ceiling. It would have to be 17, 18 feet up. So obviously, I'm not planning on hopping on the lift. 2-3 times a day.
Yeah. So maybe on the ground's a better move for you, just so it's here for you can go back and forth.
Okay.
And by the way, if you just do either the tape or the paint like we did, it gets hit. You just line it up and it works perfect. So it's supposed to be in an indestructible box, and if it gets hit, if they have any issues, just call Andrew. They're pretty good about going fast with it. So
definitely. Yeah, the big thing that I wanted to put together is being able to play with. So obviously, like you mentioned, the 4 hack attacks is playing with the different arm slots and being able to figure out and categorize, okay, hey, this kid hits, more of a 12 o'clock better than he hits more of that 10 o'clock, and then isolating what pitches they hit better from those different arm slots. And then what we're hoping to do is next year be able to have some sort of app that we can use where kids, when they go out to their games, they can input what the arm slot they're seeing and the velos that you're seeing, because it seems like every game now there's a pocket radar right, or somebody's got a stalker, and it's easy obviously on video to figure out where the arm slot's coming from and input that, and that's going to help our training go back and forth in season as well as pre and post. I don't know if you've thought about something like that, but that's what I like it for.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice to know what speed you were facing, how things were going. And to that same point, there's a lot of kids that get wrapped up in that. And, I was facing 86 and now I'm facing 80 and I can't hit it. And it's like, well, you have to understand the process to beginning with,
Definitely. And there's multiple layers and levels to it also. You could wake up and had some really bad sleep that day and you took that over to the field. Next thing you know, your eyes aren't tracking as well. I saw this interesting thing. This lady was talking about if you get 5% less sleep, your ability to track the ball goes down by 30%. She was saying it goes down by these huge instruments. I have it saved because it was an Instagram thing that popped up. I was just mind blown. Like, holy shit. Like, how many times have I showed up with my Whoop on and had a 30 below recovery? Like, how many times does that affect how I'm tracking the ball?
You just made me think about too, I don't have a Whoop, right? But
yeah.
In Mexico, multiple overnights, 14 to 16-hour bus rides, get to the hotel at 1, take a 2-hour nap at the ballpark at 4 or 5 after eating, games at 6, got to throw still throw 7 innings. Massive. How do you do it? How do you handle it? Right. Well, you can't get soft. You can't freak out if your Whoop gives you a red light. Oh no, I'm not prepared.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that do that. I have myself and then all of our other instructors, employees wear them so that they can, pay attention to it. And when we move into a much bigger space here, which we'll talk about here in a little bit down the line. Yep. Super excited. I'm going to try and require everybody to be aware of it visually. The biggest thing that I learned from my Whoop is if I drink, I have a singular drink all the way to if I have 10 drinks, like Cordell's feeling good or Cordell wants to have the same drink, I always have booty recovery, 10% below. It doesn't matter how many drinks I have. And then I think back, I'm like, well, shit, you know, the end of high school, college, you know, moving past that, and like, how many times did I have a 0% or 1% recovery and try and show up in the field and perform? I think having that visual awareness will give a lot more people like, okay, hey, maybe I need to tone it down there a little bit and prioritize a little bit more time to getting some sleep. That's the number one thing that people miss out on that I see.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's a good point, dude. That's interesting. You know, the Whoop, shout out to Whoop. Hey, Whoop, send me some stuff here. Come on.
Exactly. Hook up the boy. Come on, baby.
Let's do some pitching analysis stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, I hear you. That, you know, I've really kind of transitioned away from drinking. You know, that was the, you know, that's the culture, you know, in baseball, right? You get done with the game, you want to go out, go to the bar, blow off some steam. You know, what a lot of the parents don't really know about is like you become more nocturnal than you really want to, you know, athlete, but you can't do anything about it, right? Like I remember being a closer and being like, okay, game's at 7. I'm not even going to get hot, start warming up till like 8:45, 9 o'clock. I might not pitch till like 9:30. Now I need to be, now a lot of studies on caffeine, right? Like on performance, and I'm a big believer in it. Like and I was able to like tone it down and understand like I only needed 1 cup of coffee, right? If I had like 1 8-ounce cup of coffee in like the 4th inning, then I was like perfectly wired. But like now I can't go to sleep till 3:30 in the morning. You know, and so like right, and what can you do about that, right? Like if you know you're not going to perform to where you're going to perform, and you think you're going to do it, like you just got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm totally agree with you there. I mean, sleep, recovery, consistency, there's just so many missed factors to understanding how hard it is to perform at the highest level all the time. And, you know, it's an interesting thing. Like 1 drink or 10, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I like software. I like software like this because it gives you some sort of visual quantification of like, okay, how am I really performing? And what's nice, it learns obviously about you. And obviously there's some times I take a look at it and like, there's just no way that's right. You know, like I had perfect sleep. I'm in the recovery. I hit all 5 of my marks. You know, I did way better than, you know, we'll say a green day. But giving the ability to start opening up that door to see the sub layers that you can't visually see, I think is huge for us because we're so eye dominant in life. You know, we want to see things. And then when you ask somebody, you know, how do you feel? It's like, it's a 2-word answer. Oh, I feel good. You know, well, shit, how do you know you feel good? So that's why I love the Whoop. Yeah,
that's interesting. I'm gonna reach out to them, see what we can do. You know?
Oh, you should 100%, and they should send it because you're the man. I mean, let's be honest, you're the man.
I'm a little bit of a nerd. I want to learn. I want to find out the secrets.
You know? Exactly.
Fun. I can't. You know, you and I can't do the secrets on here, but you know, going to Bauer and I made him giggle with one little joke. I said, "Can we go Jedi to Jedi?" And he just laughed. He immediately went into like, have you seen the new Skywalker? And I was like, oh no, I didn't mean to go there. I mean, it's just like a small little, you know?
Like, hold on there, Yoda. I'm not being literal.
Yeah. But you know, he and I, you know, I was very honored. I can't wait to go back. You know, Esam's my boy. For the internet that doesn't know this, we have the same host mom from Kansas. He played on the team the year after I did. So like, that's my guy.
Yeah.
And it's even more fun because like, I see what he's doing. I sent him a DM last night. You know, he's been putting all that troll stuff out. If you're good, I like how he goes, if you're a good baseball player, just bait. Like, if you're
yeah, right.
Reach out to me and we'll shoot some content. And I sent him a message and I said, get all those good baseball players together. You and I will go a couple hippos against the Young Bucks. Like, no problem.
Yeah, 100%.
He's still, you know, he's still low 9s. You know, he's still got it.
He's still hitting tanks, too. Like, let's be honest. Like, he's figuring it out. You're seeing 100.
Against 2.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah, but not you.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of content of non-tank hitting.
That's whole bunch of that. Why you throw me a curveball or a slider, Jay?
It's so funny too because I like how the internet roasts me because I think I peaked at like 84 and that, and I was like, y'all don't understand. I got up at 5. Here you go, Whoop. I got up at 5 in the morning. Coached 3 baseball games in 118-degree heat.
Yeah.
Grabbed a little 3-piece from Cane's, probably not the best meal that you can have.
Yeah.
Crushed some sweet tea, chugged a Gatorade, barely warmed up, went in, and then proceeded to throw 125 pitches. So,
good on you.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm still throwing. I'm fine. You know what I mean? But I can tell, right? Like I literally, like I remember like landing on the first like 5 throws and like my front hip just being so weak, and I'm like, oh, there's gonna be no velo today. That's not gonna, there's gonna be 0 velo today. We're just gonna see what we can do, right?
Yeah,
And
we're grunting 82, baby. Let's get it.
It's not like I wasn't trying, boys. It was,
Right.
Sometimes at the 17th hour of the day, you don't exactly have peak performance energy. You just need, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, for sure. Well, got to ask you, is there any sort of expansion plans? Is there any sort of new movement that's come in? I'm curious to hear, because you guys have been in the same spot for what, 2.5, 3 years now?
Oh, we will be 2 years in October.
Okay, cool. Okay.
You know, I've kicked the idea around. Our lease runs up just a little bit. Here's what I'll say. There is in the same building we're in a 2-bay. There is a 3-bay available next door.
Okay.
So I would say, we just did the math on it last week. We got to kick some numbers around and do some stuff. The market here in San Diego is just different than you, right? Like, there's a lot of, every freaking day there's another 7U, 8U travel team that thinks that practicing outside is the right idea.
Yeah.
So it's the thing that we fight every day. And I'm glad that you went there because, I would love to expand, I did the math on the cages and it's going to be about $60,000 to replicate the cage that we have, which is the only way that I would do it. Right. Like, I need the hack attack. I need the auto ball feeder. I need the L screen, turf. We have a super mound that's like 12 feet by whatever, just cover stuff. And then hack attack. I'm sorry. Hit tracks, right? So we have to get another one of those. And so we're trying to get there. I think that is the goal. Is this location in San Diego is very centrally located. A lot of people can get to us, and we do have a lot of hitters. And so, there's a backyard hitting coach, pitching coach every day that pops up, right? A former player that comes back that wants to jump into it. So, market share and things that go here are always fun, and everybody has the secret sauce, if I may, right? Like, help you get there. But, there's only a couple people that can still throw. And so I'll say this to anybody that's out there watching. If you want to face a real arm that has big league experience, just not in this country, and you would like to get struck out, you just let me know. DM me.
Give him a call. You give him a call right now. You text him, you DM him, you whatever you need to do.
If you and then you know what, I'll go even further and get cocky, right? If you think you're good and you want to be tested to find out you're good and see if you can hit 3,000 spin rate curveballs and sliders and 2,800 spin rate cutters and 2,200 spin rate four seamers that go up. And by the way, my extension is 7.2. Shout out TrackMan. So good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. Hey, so it doesn't matter. I throw 82. I'm closer than the next. I'm Chapman close.
Well, that was the conversation we had when you went out to ABCA. When you went through there, is they were like, holy shit, that 89, 90 all of a sudden feels like it's 95, 96, like it's jumping on us. And that was kind of the conversation. But the extension part that you're talking about, that was the most interesting thing. So when I threw it 50 feet with the TrackMan, it said that my extension was like 7'2" to 7'6". So I was like, okay, wow, I'm really getting out there. And then I flipped it and we went to 60 outdoor and indoor because I want to test it, the difference, make sure that the lighting and everything. And it was 6'8" to 6'10". So there's a big difference when I went from shorter to longer. I don't know if it's, I feel like I'm closer to the target. So I'm like, hey, I can really reach out and get it.
Well, probably I would say you getting the ball down, knowing your release height. What's your release height? Like 6'8"?
I have to go look at that. I don't have
those are the two numbers we look at: release height and then the distance.
I got it on here. Let me pull it up, baby.
That's where I see the consistent. Here, I'm gonna go get a ball and our iPad too. Let's
okay, bet. Yeah, let's do it. Bet. TrackMan. While John's away, I'm gonna sing. So hopefully he enjoys this when he sees it. Replaying it back. John, I love you. Let's see. We're trying to find Cordell here. No, I don't need to look for TrackMan. Let's find past sessions. Cordell, there he is. Yeah, release height is super high. Let's see here. Woo! Good Lord, boy. Good Lord, boy. All right. If somebody can guess what my release height is, I will give them a free shirt. What do you think it is? My release height on my fastball and my slider. What do you think it is?
Well, I said 6'8", so that's what I'm gonna go with. 7?
Yeah, 7 to 7'2".
That would make sense on the arc of the arm, right? Like that would make sense why at 50 feet you would be 7'2" because you were holding on to it longer to get it lower.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. But yeah, it was just curious to take a look at that because I primarily do short boxes because we have those machines and it's, a pain in the ass to move 4 machines all the time and put it back. So I'm like, hey, I'll short box, put it back, 50, 54 feet. But all right, TrackMan numbers, fill me.
I'm loading.
You're loading?
I'm loading. I would say something about what you just said right there. I need to, man, I have to find it, but I saw your idea without legs and it made so much sense. And it was like somebody had basically made a metal table that had the ability to crank heights changes with 2 hack attacks. And I don't know where it is, but I feel like with you, maybe if you had some kind of system that was wide enough that you'd have to do legs, that you could roll it past the mound, like the mound threaded it in between, right? Mm-hmm. That might help solve that problem for you.
Hey, so this is what I envision. I just need to explore into it. Is you have this, piece of PVC or not PVC, but metal grade, and it's an arc. So it literally looks like an arch. Yes. And then you had 2 hack attacks, right? And you could just slide it up and down. You know what I mean? You could just do this with it. Does that mean, you know what I mean? Like slide up and down, and that would be like the perfect. You just roll it back and forth.
Because wouldn't that this angle though? Like, wouldn't it shoot at a funky angle? Doesn't it need to be level?
No, you could keep it centered. You'd have something like a camera. Like when a camera and you move it around to keep it centered. You have the same thing there with the hack attacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the only thing I could make sense. But God, that steel would have to be so thick.
We got TrackMan, come on with the updates. Come on.
You're getting killed right now.
Yeah, of course. It wouldn't let me go past it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I was, like I said, I'm 7 feet, and then release height for me is like 6'7", something like that. But I'm getting 20 to 24 inches vertical break on my 4-seamer because of my downhillness, and that's that's the difference of what I'm seeing. Like when you see DeGrom almost has no vertical break, and then I I really want to know. Oh God, I have a gift for you. I forgot.
Ooh, come on, baby.
Okay, go to you. I have a gift for everybody listening right now. Go to YouTube right now. Go to YouTube.
Okay, let me see the YouTube. Okay.
Okay, type in. I don't understand why this is the name of the channel.
Okay.
But I would say whoever has this information should not be putting it out. Type in dog, DAWG, like dog, and hen. I don't know why the name of it.
Dog and HIM?
HEN.
HEN?
Like the chicken.
Oh my God, dog and hen. All right, well, yeah, here we go. Paul Sewald. Which one should I click on?
Just
Tyler Anderson?
Homepage first. Hold on, now you're going to make me.
Yeah, dog and hen. Oh, there's a whole bunch.
Volume down. The opening, we got to bang the opening, by the way.
Yeah, right? He's got
5.46
thousand.
Who'd you pick on? Who'd you pick?
Paul Sewald.
Oh, no. I need you to go like Charlie Martin or DeGrom or something.
Okay. Who's pumping this information?
Look at that.
Somebody's,
Look at that. I've been saying that, dude, for about 10 years now, that there's absolutely no reason why all that information is not on the screen every pitch.
I agree. That's pretty dope, bro. Yeah, that's pretty dope. I agree. That's hot.
It's everybody, dog. It's everybody.
All right, hold on here. Tyler Anderson, Jacob DeGrom.
Hey, Dylan Cease's slider, they call it the #1 slider in the game. He's throwing it at 3,300.
Woo! Good Lord, bro.
Dude, Charlie Morton's throwing his at 35, 36 on his curveball.
God, that's crazy, man.
Luis Urias is throwing fastballs at 2,600.
Look at this. Go to Mag. Let's see his. Pull it up. Come on, give me the same information. One of the videos it didn't. Oh, the classical music though. Bringing it home right here.
Classic. Yeah, what you got to do is you got to go to the homepage and then go to uploads, and then it has it like in order.
All right, she's got his 14, 23.
Yeah. Look at all the information right there.
Dude, right?
Spencer Strider, like, it gives you vertical and horizontal. Like, just, you're welcome for the gift, by the way. This just
this is great.
Somebody all day. And
Thank
then
you.
if somebody goes Yamo, by the way, it gives you exit velo.
Yeah, I did see that on there. That was sick. Like 105 too. Oh, Aaron Judge just giving it a nice slap daddy to the outfielder.
You know what's interesting too, by the way? Whoever's getting this information, right? They don't, whatever stadium, they don't always have all of the metrics.
Yeah.
So like I'm watching Atlanta, and Atlanta doesn't have vertical and horizontal break. They just have spin rate velo.
Interesting. So you think that they just have like a yellow jacket versus having TrackMan?
I would say TrackMan to Hawkeye.
Interesting.
It's your stadium system of what it is.
I just think that everybody should have that information. I just don't. I'd be so much more intrigued to watch the game.
Why are we hiding it? Right?
Yeah.
Why are we? What are we doing? I want to watch this every time.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you're trying to when we're trying to work with minor leaguers and they can't screen record anything,
right?
Nothing. Like they cannot send anything to us. And it's like you got to get on a Zoom and then watch the video that's on their phone from the. It's just such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. They need to give out the information because I think it would bring a lot more viewers to the game as well as educated viewers. People could get more in depth with the commentary.
Hey, do you want to know why Emmanuel Clase might be the hardest pitcher to hit?
Yeah, let's hear it.
He's throwing 99-mile-an-hour cutters at 2,700.
That's insane. Blind balls that move laterally. Like, good luck, dog. Yeah, good luck.
Like, I'm throwing my cutter at 83 with 20.
And you're getting people. You're getting people to look silly.
Yeah, well, straight ball goes far. I've been saying that for a while too.
Hell yeah, you have. So I took a look. Hey, so I took a look at the vertical and horizontal. I had it up here before we went over to that beautiful page of yours that you recommended. And my average is 16.8 on the vertical, and then horizontal is 11.6 for the fastball, and then the slider.
Average spin rate for me, 2,100. For average vertical break, 19. Average horizontal, -8. Cutting, weird.
Yeah, lots of cut.
Release height, 6'2". Extension, 6'11". On that.
Good on you, bro.
So basically, if I paint the bottom of the zone at 6'2". Oh, and also, sidebar, on Dog and Hint, it does not. So I don't like this TrackMan data number.
Yeah.
Because it gives you like a different reading on that data on Dog and Hint. It gives you release height and movement to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Luis is throwing 72-inch curveballs, which makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Release point to it hits the ground.
True. Yeah. Very true. Yeah.
That makes so much more sense. Like Clayton Kershaw's not throwing a 5-foot curveball. Fuck yeah, he was. He was throwing.
Yeah. Hell yeah, he was.
88
Barry Zito.
Yeah.
Barry Zito. Barry Zito was.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Good Lord. But yeah, no, the slider. So the fastball is 2082 on average, and then the slider average was 2485, and then it peaked at 2680. So not bad.
So I got sliders right now. Slider spin rate 3100, peak average 2860. Curveball peak 3150.
What's your movement profile in the sliders?
So hold on. Sliders 16 vertical and 16 horizontal.
Yeah, I got -9, -9.9, and negative 4.9.
Curveball 19. And then horizontal 6, which makes sense. I'm just throwing
straight downhill.
Just down. Just down. We're just throwing make a little, thing to it.
Yeah, just a little. Trying to think here. So speaking of your facility, so you told me, you gave me kind of the rundown of what it would take. So kind of our plan of action is when we get done here, so we've got another 2+ years here. We'll probably have to extend for another year based off of construction, find the place, but we are going to go big time. We're gonna full send it. We're gonna try and get a 70,000 square foot facility. So it'll have PT, doctor, chiro, which, I'll bring in Heather, Bridgman, Quest Physical Therapy, the places I've gone, I've talked to them and, partner up with them. We'll have multi-sports venture. So we're going to go 24 lanes. 24 lanes. So we'll have 40-foot ceiling. Bro, it's huge. Just going for
Walmart.
it. Yeah, hell yeah. And then
I have a controversial question.
Yeah, ask me. Let's hear it.
The other Walmart that's there,
yeah,
is it going to still be there, or are they moving that Walmart to a new location?
I don't know what they're going to do. I had heard that other Walmart was running in the red, and I don't know if that's true, but I had heard that from somebody that worked there. Now it's somebody that doesn't work there anymore, so I don't know how much validity is there, but I was shocked to hear that.
I mean, Walmart needs a lot of people to operate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's because there's single venture.
A lot of people that need to be at Walmart.
Yep. And so our secret sauce here, which I will text you, is we have a major university that wants to partner up on it.
Told me already. We had this conversation.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah. Super excited about that. And then we're gonna have restaurants in it. So, being able to market capture a lot of those clients that would either leave to go get food or didn't have food, or families that didn't have kids that were in the specific sport that they're there for, being able to get them to eat at a place that they like, a Jersey Mike's, a Chipotle, an Emerald City Smoothie, a family restaurant, whatever else there is really going to have a impactful market capture.
A food court, if you may.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that going the all-encompassing community route will allow us to stay alive in this area because rent here is redonkulous.
Can I request?
Yeah.
I need a Sbarro, and then I need an Annie's Pretzels.
Okay, Annie's Pretzels. We could do those. Those are small size restaurants, so it's super easy to implement.
Yeah.
We've got plenty of space to work with there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the direction we're going to go. I'd rather take a big jump and, get everybody involved and see if you can do something special. And, if at the end of the day you tried and it didn't work, like I'd rather do that than, sit here and kind of live and be like, okay, hey, we're mid-level right now. We've got a decent size, but to really maximize it and take over this area and corner the east side, we're going to have to go big. And I would love to be able to do that. I think that that's feasible here in the next, 2-3 years, which is crazy to say.
Exciting. It sounds like we're gonna have to. I need to come up. Sounds like we need to run another clinic again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Opens up. I need to come up and christen it with some kind of like live AB challenge or something.
Sure. Live ABs. Hey, well, because I still need to do mine before I got surgery. The $50 and the $100, bro. I put that out there. I'm 100 with that. Like I want that all day, bro. Bring the content.
Yeah.
Sim, Bauer. We need to get Bimel, all the boys together. 1,000%.
That would be absolute.
Well, I come down there. I come down there in Arizona like once a month in November and December. So we should probably link up because I will be throwing then too. And I'll definitely want to get on there.
Try to plan that out. If you give me enough time and I can try to figure that out, where maybe I'll get the family and we'll go over there. And because every time, the only reason when I go over there, it's like with the organization I'm with, right? So I'm going to go work with them and then shoot content on the side and run fun stuff at the same time. So I'm without a doubt. Like
for sure.
I sent our guy a message last night. Like, here, you should enjoy it. Like, we'll just do this. That's what
exactly.
All these fun points games and stuff. Like, let's have some fun.
Hey, do you like the games feature? By the way, do you use the games feature a lot on your hit tracks?
I don't use it.
Yeah, and then the camera too. Do you use that or no?
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to get those.
720p. It's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when we've got Edgertronic and we've got everything.
Another cheat code that when I was at the convention, I hurt the engineer's head. Now, I'm just going to let you know, I'll just send you this.
Yeah. Ooh.
A little RAM upgrade. for the HitTrax computer. And what
Okay.
happens is when you run it on 4K mode, and then it just like slows it down. So if you just up the RAM in the computer, it was like, I think it was like $150 or something like that. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It took me 2 minutes to like open up the back, pop the thing off, exchange the RAM, pop it back in. This is a YouTube video. It was super easy.
So you got no lag anymore, right?
What's up?
It didn't have any lag anymore. The quality was clear.
Correct. When you run it on 1080p, it runs fine.
Yeah.
But like I got it multi-split to 4 different screens, and I want it to look the best. And when we ran, hey, you could see a little clipping on the ball. Like if you really, and like clipping happens on only when it's like crushed, right? So if a kid hits a ball like under 75 miles an hour, you're not going to see a difference.
Yeah.
But like a little frame drop that happens, like if you get a hold of one and hit it like 400 feet, where you would.
Okay, yeah, because that's interesting. So I got a bunch of TVs. So I got these 2 new TVs so that I could either choose whatever lane I wanted to, but there's 65-inch TVs.
Yeah.
It'll be able to connect with it because I'd rather have, the best TV. So that's good to know that the RAM capability needs to be cleaned up.
I had to get a powered HDMI splitter.
Okay.
I'll just send you the links to all the stuff because it made a huge difference. Because like I got like HDMIs are like anything over 50 feet, you run into problems.
Yeah.
You got to kind of like go 25 foot to the HDMI splitter from the computer and then run like another 50 footer. Because we have a TV. Here's the dope thing that I love that we do is we have a TV next to the mound. So like we have on the HitTrax, you can do 2 different angles for strike zones that are really good.
Yeah.
You do the box, and then they have an overhead 3D view where you're looking down at the plate and you can see the line where the ball goes across the plate. Right. So
like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of my favorite features about like even when we do advanced BP and I throw, like the kids just love to argue ball strike, and it's like you got the zone, you got to know the corner. You know, I'll throw, and it's funny because like when I throw BP, it also gives you like stats on how many times you hit the box. So the 400 and whatever pitches, the bottom left-handed corner, like glove side, bottom left above it, I hit the bottom left one 106 times. Then a one above it. Yeah, just paint jobs. Sorry, kids.
Yeah,
and the one
good.
Yeah, the one above it, I hit it like 150 times, and they were just like, "Stop painting," and I was like, "No, this was what's going to happen in the game."
I'm sorry. They call me Bob Ross for a reason.
Yeah, like, what are we doing? What you think I'm I'm trying to let you hit the ball, but I'm not trying to throw it dick. Like,
what do you think the pitcher's going to do when he faces you? Come on now. Hey, the cameras, though, I love that you've got the TVs on the side. I've always loved that angle when you post videos, whether it's a post or it's a story, whatever. I've always loved that. That is something we are 100% doing when we move into a bigger space. We have weight room equipment that impedes the view, or else we would have that there. So I'm definitely jealous.
There's a bunch of cool things that we do, and I'll throw. There's another idea that I really like that we do, especially on our pitching side. We do a lot more on our pitching side than the hitting side.
Yeah.
It just kind of the auto ball feeder and the things go with it. There's a small, like the delay is just a little too much. But anyway, so if you live stream from an iPad to you just throw it out there, we go from an Apple TV YouTube app and just like watch the feed, and it gives us an automatic 6-second replay. So when I pitch design over the shoulder, we set up the iPad like this, right, and just leave it on, let it run, and then we just watch it on the TV next to it. So like we just get it right away, right?
Yeah.
Set up side angles to like see if we're trying to work on something mechanically. But most of the time, like I don't want them to think about their mechanics. I'm trying to get them to execute a spot. So we'll do that a couple times, and then like I have this service right now where you can split screen. So we tried to do it off the HitTrax on the hitting side where we live streamed the screen from the HitTrax and had a behind the hitter view. So when you hit it, you can actually see it go, but it couldn't be just too much internet. Couldn't handle it. Right?
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, we get the same thing with if we have our TVs on and then we're trying to use the iPad, we're trying to do the AirPlay, it automatically, the Wi-Fi just kicks.
Yeah. Try it that way. Try to run like a private stream on your YouTube channel. And then like that way it doesn't go out anywhere. And then like if you're logged into your Gmail, then you can watch your private stream on it.
Nice. Okay. Definitely. Yeah. I'll give that a whirl because we had an app. So like Redmond Dudes, Colin McBride, he brought in his iPad, and he had an app that you could just set up, and it would automatically delay it 5, 6, whatever, how many seconds you wanted. And that was great for when we were doing winter training last year. That was a fantastic app to use.
Yeah, that's my workaround. And then like I created a separate YouTube channel called CutterNation live streams.
Yeah.
That you can just like go back and watch. So I just label it the time, like pitching 3 p.m. right there, and then they just go, all right, what time did I pitch? I used to put names on there, but like it just turned a little controversial. People thought they were getting called out, and I'm like, well, if you're good, you're good. That's it. I don't know what you're hiding from. Like I don't care.
Who cares? Who cares? Yeah, too soft these days. Too soft.
Yeah, I have to show 90.
Sorry, it just didn't happen today.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, dude. Okay, so let's go deep into the fun part, right? Like the throwing, right? I've noticed that the arm slot the arm swing on the backside is lower. It makes me very happy. The follow through looks a lot looser and cleaner.
Yep.
You know, in your progress, how many months are you?
So I am literally just got past 9 months, and I threw all the way up until 8.5 months post-surgery.
So what was the projection they gave you for full recovery? What were the months projection?
The earliest 12 months, all the way to 16 months, just because it wasn't a replacement, it was a repair.
So your thoughts on that prediction? Are we still full of it as doctors, or?
I just think, like, for me, what was interesting is I know that, you know, obviously the research says that heavier balls, you know, are easier for you to throw, less impingement, right, on the elbow torque and whatnot. When I threw the heavier balls, when I was first coming back, I could feel the shit out of it. It hurt. So I'm sorry on podcast, but I could feel it. Like, it did not feel good.
You can say.
Okay. All right. Well, make sure there.
A word on the, like, I don't even know why you're watching the internet.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, no, it was interesting to throw the lighter ones, which is why I started off with the wiffles and then the 3 ounce and the tennis ball, like throwing that, because I could actually get the arm moving and not have any sort of pain. And so, like, I had so many people, professionals or, you know, coaches, you know, that have larger platforms that are reaching out. They're like, hey, like, you know, how are you able to do this? Like, are you sure this is a good message? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm just projecting what works for me. Like, I'm not saying it's the end all thing, but I'm saying, like, I think that more people could get their arm moving. And so what's interesting is Anthony Yango, who works hand in hand with Dr. Calfan. Dr. Calfan does all the Mariners and the Seahawks surgeries. He was like, hey, I'm going to communicate to Calfan that you're able to get back a lot quicker because you started throwing wiffle balls before their Throwers 10 program said to throw tennis balls. And so I was like, I think more people should do that. It doesn't mean, you know, I need to throw it 100 miles an hour. It means, you know, I'm just trying to get the arm moving at 40, 45 miles an hour just so I can have that central nervous system memory mapping. Because the longer I don't throw, you know, the easier it is for me to forget how to throw, you know, just like anything else. So I found the importance.
It's the skill, timing. Yeah, dude. I haven't stopped throwing in 14 years now.
Exactly. Yeah. So I would say the lighter balls is 100% like capable. And if you go take a look at the research, it's small. It's not a big difference from a 3 ounce to a 7 or an 8 ounce. It's not massive.
Is a wiffle 3? I thought a wiffle was
2. It's 2. Wiffle's 2. Wiffle's 2. I was just saying a tennis ball. Like
I got you.
But yeah, the research, it's not a crazy amount. It's factual that it is, you know, less stressful if you take a look at it over a commonality of individuals that have tested. But at the end of the day, it's not like it's that big of a difference. But the big thing that helped me, at least, like, motivate me, okay, hey, my arm's feeling good, back to back. The only thing that I've had that has been interesting is my tricep is tight when I throw. And it's like, so I feel like, you know, I feel my tricep, but is it something that's going to be detrimental? No, because I can go out there every single day and throw. It's just I have my tricep. I feel my tricep. And so it's one of those interesting things as I come back and I'm, you know, trying to figure out how to be – oh, there you go. I'm back. Figure out how to be consistent is, you know, am I going to deal with this for forever? Who knows? So,
yeah, we'll do some, when we get off this, I'll do a quick FaceTime and we'll do some tricep. I have some tricep stuff.
I like it, baby. I like it. Yeah, the stuff that I've been doing with my PT has been great. You know, obviously I'm a big fan of OPP, Optimal. I love that. They've done a great job with me. It's just interesting. Is this just because I'm way ahead of progress? You know, is it something that like is that? And so like this month and a half that I take off, and I'm just throwing a football, not throwing a baseball, and I'm just pounding the weight room. Will it make a difference when I start ramping back up? Because I do want to travel and like I do want to go throw a Cressy. I do want to throw it a P3 and X2, a drive line, your place. I do want to travel and do that and show that, hey, I can pitch. Because right before I had Tommy John, like I was crushing it. I was sitting mid upper 90s, as Kyle Bodie said, after my pro day down there, like you have the best sinker besides Blake Trinan, according to our data. And I was like, oh, well, shit, where's the sign? Where do I sign there?
Right.
So, yeah, I'm hungry.
That's always been, it's always been proofs in the pudding with you and me. And that's where we've always, the numbers back up what you and I see. There's, it's interesting too, I wonder, with your TJ stuff, I've seen two different anecdotes go with this, where guys go farther away on control, and then they get, more control than they had. So, I'm really interested to see, your execution of your process as you go into it, because, you're throwing shit faster and earlier than what all the books say. And that's what's supposed to happen in the medical world, is like, why aren't we trying to make things like, I don't feel like we're trying to recover as fast as possible at a younger age or progress in whatever idea as fast as possible, right?
For sure.
Like in the entire Caribbean, right, of all of the Latin countries that consistently pump out prospects, we have 16-year-olds throwing 95 miles an hour, right? They aren't peaking at 22 like everybody's saying. They're peaking at 16 and staying peaking until they're 24, 25. Now, there's an argument about mileage and things that go into that to the body on how much effort and time you put into that. But then, like I said, you got guys like Chapman, guys that have been throwing 100 for a very, very long time. And Chapman, to me, is an easy story of overuse and a guy that I personally think got bad advice after he got hit in the face. Like after he got hit in the face, he modified his follow through. He does not do the same thing he did before. And to me, for what we look for, it just downhill from there. And it's doing exactly what I thought would happen in the long run, of him losing timing, losing feel. He has no idea what off-speed things are going. He's those guys that I'm going to be like, Chappie, can I talk to you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
think the big thing that I see the difference, like you're talking about south of the border versus here, is the amount of reps, the amount of time that they play, the prioritization of baseball, of sports in general. Like that's the big one that we lose, like think about this. So, we open, at 7, 8, right? People could come in if they want to, but kids are in school all the way until 3:30. It's like those guys have literally been out in the field for 5 hours every single one of those days that you're just entering. And now, at 6 o'clock, they're going and doing their 2 hours of study. It's like, if we flipped it around, I think that we could see a lot more guys at that age, like you're talking about 16, throw 95, peak at 16, and we've lucky enough, we've got a couple, we've got a kid who's just turned 14 and he's up to 88. And it's I think that a lot more of that could happen if we prioritize sports, but that's not how the U.S. works.
Well, there's a lot of things that have been changing since COVID. There's a lot of, there's a lot of different type of schooling going on. I have a kid that's coming in. He should be in here any minute. That is, he went to they're not even calling homeschool now. They're calling internet school. And so his class is only 3.5 hours a day, which makes sense, right? Like we don't need this 8-hour block thing that's just babysitting for, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, comes in at 12, gets it. We play catch, we do our stuff. He works out, he hits, and then goes home. And then he gets to be a kid and hang out or go to practice or whatever he's doing. And there's the mom played college softball. She understands development. She's seen this whole thing, and it makes sense. This kid is good. He plays up. He's putting the time in on the reps and getting the things that we know actually translate to help him get to the game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's the big thing that we were talking about, Tully and I, was making sure that these athletes, when they come in here, that they've got a good environment. Because after being at school for 8 hours, it's easy for you to be in a lull. It's easy for you to not give your best performance. And then speaking of the 3.5 hours of internet school, if you take a look at like our schooling, I think we're ranked like 27th. And it's like we're a superpower. Like we should be in the top 5 easily.
Yeah.
And then you go take a look at like the successful schools, the schooling programs. It's 3 to 4 hours a day. They don't hold them hostage throughout the whole day when they could be out there doing other real life productive things.
Yep.
Help them find whatever they need to do.
Well, that means that mom and dad would have to do more, though. Yeah, I know. Just something better for the child? Wow.
Yeah, or trust the kid. Like, okay, let the kid at home a little bit, let them explore. You don't need to have a camera on their forehead every 5 seconds and know where they are and listen to their Snapchats and like, good Lord, like some feel here, some freedom.
I heard this the other day and I really liked it. You cannot Snapchat with a ball and a glove in your hand. Your hands are occupied.
There you go. There you go.
With bat in your hand, you just can't. Yeah. You're busy. You got to take one hand off the bat at Snapchat. Now you can't hit. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
It's not gonna happen. Yeah, you got to let them play more.
Put something else in their hands.
Yeah, man, I'm with you 1,000%.
FIO.
Yeah.
Yeah, FIO. All right, look, we crushed it as we always do, and I feel
always
we need to do this more. Like this is just so easy and simple for us. So we need to once a month maybe or something, or if not, I don't know, earlier. We'll see what happens. But this content's going to come out so good. I'm really happy about it. But okay, so we've got Walmart coming, right? And what's the name of your place? It's just the Naturals, right?
Yeah, it'll be MVP is like the acronym, but it'll be the natural ball player, right?
Right. Perfect. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. A couple years from there. So in the meantime, right, the next thing coming up for you is what? What's the next event you got coming up?
So the next thing, like if you're talking about the process of trying to build this.
Or anything, really anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, like essentially, so we got all the drawings. I'll shoot them over to you. We've got the 3D videos all together. So now what I need to go is I need to get legality to take a look at the contracts. I need to go and secure those contracts. And then in the meantime, in the same parallel moments is I need to go out and essentially find the land for it. So the space itself will be 2.4 acres. Taking a look at the drawing, which is big, very big.
A lot. That's a lot.
And we'll probably need, 4, if we're going to be really honest, like 4, maybe 5, so that you can actually have, efficient parking in and out. And so in this area, it's expensive. And that'll be the job of me and, the school and obviously the other people that are involved with the restaurant and, of things of that sort to go out there and, get that awareness and get the funding. But I don't think it's impossible for sure. I know it's a super hard thing for a lot of people to imagine because Bellevue is the highest per square foot in the country right now. Right. But I definitely think that it's possible with how much money is here and how much development we've brought and how many good clients or relationships that we built here. So that's what I'm going to be doing for this next 6 months.
The pudding, buddy. You know what I mean? I really think, especially with your hit tracks and like track progress over time, it's going to be a big help for you. I mean, it's going to keep once again prove your concepts that I know that I saw, right? Like that, if you can show 1 month progress, 2 month progress of what it is, like you can with the hit tracks, it's going to be massive to
100%
for what you're doing. It's really going to be proof in the pudding for what we're saying. So
exactly,
you and I know that there's a lot of fun things on the internet that people like to try and sell and
we can really dive into that one.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Not it. I'll tell you that. It's once again, like I said, you and I will die on a couple swords, and I know what I saw, and I know you know what you saw, and there's a lot of we know when we can recognize a real hitter and people that know what they're doing and do stuff. That's what's fun about the game of baseball is it what a lot of people don't understand is like the entertainment and the debate of training, right? And things literally has nothing to do with the pitcher versus the hitter. Yeah. Even though we want to talk about it all the time. You know what I mean? And that's why I live and die by live at bats. That's what I say all the time. I'm like, hey, if you think you're good, do not show me front toss or tee shit, okay? I need you to show that the guy threw a hammer, you let it travel, and hit it off the wall, okay?
Yep.
And until that anybody on the internet hits a ball more than 300 feet against me, that's what will, Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Yeah. The live thing will be here. Like, I'm so with you on the live thing. The problem we have with live is I have so many relationships with select organizations that, like, I don't want to I don't want to kill myself. It's like when Driveline opened up the academy, so they have all these different youth programs. I'm like, bro, you're shooting yourself in the head.
Yeah.
Like, I get that you're trying to, essentially get a whole bunch of people in there to pay and, obviously have awareness from the youth standpoint. But it's like, if people know that you have your own academy, like, it's going to be hard for those select organizations to be like, hey, yo, you should go down there.
Yeah.
I think these train, because I would be like, hey, they're gonna steal you. Like, they're gonna try and keep you if you're good. So essentially exile yourself, and that's not what I want to do. I want to be able to have those relationships. That's why I personally don't have that.
Like, that's what we're going after. We're going after, like, real development, which I will, like I said, live and die on that sword all day.
Yeah.
Like, what are game situations without somebody trying to strike you out? I don't understand.
Yeah.
That is, the goal is you should not score. That is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And that's what was, a little funny part. That's what was funny about when I shot that video with Sim and Bauer, was like, they were like, yeah, you just do your thing. Try to strike us out. I was like, are you sure? Like,
are you really?
Are you sure? Like, I'm a little tired, but like, I'm going to compete if that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And that's why I put that every pitch video out, where I was just like, this is
what it looks like. That's what the whole thing looked like.
But everybody's swinging through it. You know what I mean? So
man.
It's doing some funky stuff. It's not straight, boys. You know?
Pitching, and that's where the art of pitching has gotten lost heavily with how many people want to attain the velo. There's some programs that just like try and sell you the velo part of it, and it's like, yo, there's a whole encompassment of pitching that we don't talk about. Like, the big thing I'm excited for, and I know that we've had very loose conversations about, is changing the angles on the mound, changing the rhythm and the timing on the mound, like putting that hitter in a real mental box of like, hey, I need to be locked in, or else this at bat is going to be lost in 3 to 4 pitches, depending on whether or not he wants to give me a cookie on the third one. So that's the big one for me that I see with a lot of the surrounding organizations and programs. It's like, yo, if you just throw this thing this hard, or you throw this thing this hard, that's going to equate to this. And it's like, that's not really how it goes. So anyways, the skill building side of it is a huge piece like you're talking about.
No, I think we're always on the same page. You know what I mean? Like, you pumping 94 from a low arm slot to a left-handed hitter, painting the black, and then up with absolute banger, and kids like spit on it or bang it. Like, I'll never forget that day where I was like, he just rolled out of the car. And like, we don't do that. We don't.
And one of them that should have been there is now in the big leagues.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, right.
And weird, when you go to a big league game, there's no longer a BP thrower. There's just machines pumping missiles on the mound.
You
remember that story I told you about David Ortiz getting banged in like 06 or something like that?
Maybe. Refresh me.
Okay, there's an anecdote, right? This is not mine. This was told to me, that I want to say it's like 06. It's like after the World Series, right? One of the major league organizations find out that David Ortiz is filming all of the pitchers on the other team from behind home plate, so he can see what the pitchers look like on their timing. And then
hey, your audio's gone. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah. Okay, what were you saying?
Oh yeah. So anyway, let me. So he's filming somebody. Okay.
Yep.
He's projecting it on a screen, and then it's coming through at the velo and the angle that he's about to see the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the story was David Ortiz owns Chris Sale, and he couldn't figure out when he was with the White Sox how he did it.
Yeah.
And he was literally watching 100 of those fastballs and sliders minutes before he got in the box.
Exactly. Well, we had that conversation about Bonds, about what you heard about Bonds taking live ABs before games, like rather versus going on field and taking BP nearly as much. Like,
why would you want to eyes from real stuff?
That's what we do. So like I mean, obviously you've been up here, you've seen sessions before, but we're heavy. So we've got a few drills, they knock out to feel out some things, the most common things, which is obviously match and playing and, following the ball. those things that we see common. But like once we get in here and we're actually doing work, it's primarily off of the machine at live. Yeah. It's not off of that. And the only thing that would be better than that is to have, you know, somebody in there pumping it exactly where we want to. That's the best thing. Hey, hold on. Hey, where am I? Hey, I'm right here.
Hey, trust me. I'm not going anywhere anymore without throwing live. That's going to be like ABCA. They decided it was a bad decision to be in Washington, D.C. Outstanding job, guys. Yeah. Now back in Nashville, I'm going to find somebody to go mess them up. We're going to have a little fun.
Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm.
And that's the fun part. Like, that's what, you know, last year in Chicago, I met, DJ Snelton, right? He was
DJ.
Right? And I love what he's doing. Like, we were talking about it. Like, it was really funny. Because I was like, okay. And you've seen him do his massive counter rotation.
Counter rotation.
And I go, you got to tell me, what are we doing? And he goes, here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to increase maximum rotational velocity of the maximum angle to start from. Okay. I believe you. And I said, I can't see. And you know what he said back to me? Plate's been there my whole life. I went, oh, okay.
You're right.
So like,
right?
Okay. Yeah. He goes, yeah, you just work around it. I go, that's what I thought. That's exactly.
Bro.
There is a moment of blindness, a moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you saw that tread thing that went out about not looking and picking up the target late versus actually staring at the target as you enter your delivery. Like, I'm with you there. I think that, you know, all the top athletes, you don't have to look at it if you didn't want to, and you could throw it somewhere around the zone, and some people like to, some people don't, you know. But him, man, it's electric to watch, man. I am so sorry. It's so cool to watch, man.
Oh, dude. And he saw me throw and like do my stuff, and we were talking about it and everything. And he was just like, you could get more. I was like, I know.
Yeah. We know.
I'm not, you know, I'm trying, but like this hurts. You know what I mean? Like,
man. Yeah, I can pitch. I can fucking throw the ball wherever I want to all the time.
And a 3K. Like, it's, you know, do I need more? I would love more, dude. But like, I ain't got time. You know?
He's with the Yankees. I wonder if he's gonna be in the big league squad.
He called me like the other day randomly and was like, why saying, what do you see? I'm like, it's bait, man. Don't worry about it. And he's like, it's just so obvious. And I go, you think it is, and then you watch the comments and how not obvious it is, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I see like advanced physical therapy, that Dr. Heenan's little thing. I mean, there's a lot of people that are doing the same thing. Like, hey, do you see it? And it's amazing to me to go in the comment section and be like, yo, like, what? Right there, right in front of you.
Yep, exactly. 100%. 100%. All right, dude. Well, we just spent like another 15 minutes after we were trying to wrap it up, but that's okay. That's
totally okay.
Entertainment to the people. And like I said, we will definitely do this more for sure. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. You know, I love the long arm action again. I'm a big fan. I don't even use that word, but the Walmart employees that we have been talking about have been, they don't exactly believe in some things that we see. So,
hey, but hold on. I remember you going down there and busting out that long arm action. And
you were there. You saw me.
I wish I could project that moment of everybody's eyes when you did that, because everyone was like, wait, hold on. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Everyone in the whole gym.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember everybody stopping, and I'm just like ripping 73-mile-an-hour 1-pounders into the wall.
Yeah. I just remember the arm, bro. You were like, but hold on here. And you want to have a talk, and then a certain very professionally stouted 3 individuals now that are with organizations all stopped and wanted to talk to you about it. So I do remember that.
Well, sometimes when you meet a Jedi, you got to go Jedi to Jedi,
Yes, I love it. I'm so sorry. I love the Jedi. I'm such a Star Wars fan, and I appreciate it.
It's gone even further, right? Because I always turn him into a character, right? Like when I'm pitching or whatever, it's like college kids that aren't used to someone barking at them on the mound, right?
Yeah.
And like the sword thing is now turned into this. You will not swing the bat.
I need to remember that. I need to bust that out. I'm going to quote you on it, but God, is that good?
You will chase this.
You shall not hit this. Yes, it's great. Good Lord, that's great.
Awesome. Well, hey, for everybody that doesn't know, he's up in the Northwest area, in Seattle area. If you do get a chance to go by, DM him, go in, check it out. It's a great place to train. He has everything that you need: hitting, pitching, strength training, like just one-stop shop. It's exactly what we're doing down here. Our strength training side's been doing a lot better. I finally got a guy.
Good.
Small update. We've been growing it a little bit, but like I said, market's weird. Like the word practice means it has a lot of validity to people than they really understand of what.
Yeah.
So we will continue to fight that fight, though. But
yeah,
thank you so much, guys. Don't forget, go check out the website.
Get the glove.
Awesome, beautiful pieces of leather that I couldn't be happier to see. I can't wait to bring one up, and just
hell yeah.
I just got like 1,000 new hats too, so that's really fun. So we'll have all kinds of I know it's
I still got some. I just still got some of the classics, baby.
patches. I got don't show those. Don't show.
Hey.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, say hey to your guy for us too. Have I met him or no?
Yeah, Tully. I think you remember Tully. Yeah, you met him there.
I don't remember if he was at that. Was he?
He was in the facility. He wasn't at the live at bat. He was in the facility. Yeah. Yep. I will definitely tell Tully you said what's up.
Said hi, and I can't wait to just I want to put that mink coat on.
Oh, you already know it's gonna be ready. The flamethrower is gonna be ready for you, brother. Hey, everything's gonna be out here. We have the money gun. We're gonna let it fly.
Oh, I don't know. Like I said, that's why I've been building up the arm, getting ready. I'm gonna. It's funny. The other day, we were one of our. You haven't like posted yourself throwing when literally one of your clients goes, "Well, do you still throw?" And I'm like, "Oh shit."
Hold on here.
Scroll. Oh yeah, I haven't posted me throwing. Should probably put that on there.
Hold on, let me bring it back here.
yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Right there.
Yeah.
For sure. So, love you, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Let's chat again soon.
Definitely, brother. Hey, and obviously, my guys, I want you to obviously go and follow John Sintas. I've always loved him since I met him in 2017. He knows exactly what he's doing. If you were down there in his area, obviously DM him, message him, and you should get in front of him. The man knows what he's doing, and he's honestly one of the legends in the game. So I love you, brother. I love you.
Love you too, man. Talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. I'll see you.
See ya.